Wow, wow, wow. This is a big day in Mary Kay. It is Monday, May the 15th. There's a lot happening today. And you don't live under a rock and you are in the Stone unit. So you're very aware of what's happening today through email, through videos, through seeing everything on Mary Kay in touch. Oh my gosh, from seeing you, talking to you. Okay, a lot's happening today and a lot's happening really in the next 4 days. So I wanted to let you know what's going on. And then I wanted to leave you was something that just spoke to me so powerful today because there's a lot going on today. I don't know if you know this. I've been hearing from you guys about our drawing. I want to let you know where we are. I want to give away big tonight. So tonight, I don't know if y'all remember this, our May 15th drawing for $500 cash. You heard that right. $500 cash is tonight when we hit our mid-mark goal. Our mid-mark goal is 22,000. All right. So we're only, I want to tell you how far away. We're only 7,000 away from that, you guys. That is phenomenal. That is exciting. That's just a halfway point. So we have until midnight tonight. So I know many of you are getting your orders in today. Many of you have already ordered this morning. I was cracking up and I knew what today was going to be. I'm so thankful. I had my alarm set earlier than usual so that way I could be talking to you guys and all the time before 7 a.m., which was hysterical because you guys wanted to get this order in before work because you're smart, because you understand retail, because you understand the biggest launch in Mary Kay history, that you understand what record breaking means, that you understand having and talking about this charcoal mask has done for your business. I am so proud of you guys for taking the lead on that and talking about it and selling it before you even have it in your hands. That's when I realized what could happen by giving the stories. So here's some more stories. If you guys were there Tuesday night, you heard some stories. Tomorrow night, you're going to hear a lot of amazing stories. Stories are important. Stories is why women purchase things. It just is. Stories of real live testimonies. Do you realize when it's pulling the gunk, I know there's a better word for that, but the gunk out of your pores, it's literally pulling out whatever is in there. So when we've been facing women, they're like, so there was a woman, we told this story on Tuesday night, who paints for a living. And she's like, I smell paint. Because it was detoxing her pores that are around that paint all day long. There's another woman, she's an environmental scientist. And that's something. I love when I know smart people. And she works on the marsh. She's an environment. And so she did the deep clean. And when it dried and it, the dark dots, it pulls things out. And she's like, I smell the marsh. Hysterical. You guys, what it pulls out. And so I don't want to get too descriptive and disgusting here, but what it pulls out, blackheads that have been there for months. We had a girl say, I've had this blackhead here for at least 6 months. It's finally out in the first charcoal mask experience. You guys, that's huge. And when you think you've got that thing out, or when you think your pores are clean because you've just been you do the mask, and when you're like, oh, that was not clean at all. So today is your day that you can order the entire summer line. So get your mask and the liquid brushes. Plus, don't forget your 2 summer cheat colors. Oh my gosh, the Banks cheat colors. I heard an idea this morning and I loved it. What an amazing end of year teacher gift for the heart. Oh my gosh, thank you for having a heart for my daughter, or or having a heart for teaching and learning in our children. Oh my, what an amazing. It's just a small little end of year teacher's gift. I thought that was a cute little idea that I heard today. So today, get what you need. No one is making any promises of what that's going to look like as far as back order situations, because we do have the gel mask that's already on back order, the one that's coupled with it. So guys, I know the company's ready, but just know this is huge. Don't get left behind on this. So you need to predict, and you need to predict for your May and June. That's my business advice to you, because that's how I predicted for myself, for my May and for my June, because I'm not going to be left without mask. I never want to be in that situation. And so, so super proud of you guys. Many of you have already ordered or already earned your bangle bracelets for 600 wholesale this month. You guys know you're going to get your bangle bracelet. So many things that are happening. But the drawing is tonight. I'm doing it later tonight because I want you guys to have all the time. 7,000, where's that going to come from? It could be 7 women doing $1,000 tonight that they want to get their mask and anything else that they want to get in the summer line. as well as just things that they've already been selling that they want to be prepared for. Maybe you're at a point where you're operating just at a working counter level and you have zero extra to service people with. Then this is the time to do that. This is your time to figure out, how do I want to be prepared as a business? So someone walks into my house and they walk out with it. Or someone says to me at work, I need this, and you bring it. There are certain specific times that are strategic and smart, and I'm telling you right now, is one of them for sure. So let's talk about tomorrow night. Tuesday night, we're going to be in 2 different locations. I love it. Half of us are going to be in Cambridge. Half of us are going to be in Millsboro. It's going to be a masking night. It's going to be powerful. Invite and get your friends, family, co-workers, you name it. They're going to get a facial plus the charcoal mask. So they're going to experience that, just the funness of that. There's going to be some fun things that are going to be happening at that event. But it's a night for you to sell and book parties and build team members. That's going to happen tomorrow night. So I do need to know about seating, because if you were there at Dove Point, you saw the issue with seating. We were setting up tables and chairs and craziness, a fun craziness, but we want to be prepared with head counts. So that way, we've got reserved seating for you. So keep inviting. Let them know, hey, I can have 10 women there, up to 10 women. I want you to envision your table full of those girls to be able to see and experience the charcoal mask. So that's in Millsboro and in So Millsboro is at Pizza King at 6:30, but you want to get there no later than 6:15. No later, because you need to set up for her. And then also in Cambridge, we're going to be at Jimmy and Sooks, 6:15 as well. We're starting at 6:30. You need to be there at 6:15. You need to allow for traffic or parking or all that kind of stuff, because it's going to be, both these venues are going to be crowded with people. All right. So that's on Tuesday night. And then Wednesday night, how did I just forget that day of the week? We're having our Peek into Pink again at 8:30. Oh my gosh, girls, this is all for your interviews of how you're getting in for your drawing. We had an amazing Peek into Pink last time. We're still adding team members to that. So proud. Dorothy Johnson added a team member this weekend. So proud of you, girl, for a customer that's in Graysonville. And then on Thursday night is class number 3. This is color training class. So if you need some color confidence, if you just want to see an opening, a body, and a close again, if you just want to see a little bit more on foundation, if you want to see, hey, what's some transitional statements here of the flow of a party, you need to come on Thursday night, and certainly bring someone. If you're new, you definitely want to bring someone. If this is your first time through, without a doubt, because you're going to sell product and build customers and add to a team. But still, you are absolutely welcome to come again if you need to see it 1, 2, 3, 4 times, just to keep on coming through, and use it as a working night for sure. It's a night where it's a color appointment. They're going to leave there totally made up. All right. So this is a big week because we're at the halfway point, and I want to give away this $500 like nobody's business. I do. And so I'm going to keep you guys posted. I know we've got lots more orders going on today, especially after when people get off work. So here's the thing I wanted to leave you with. I wanted to leave you with the idea, is it time for a mind shift? I'm just going to take a little checkpoint. June 30th is our year end. We're halfway through May now. We've got a month and a half left for our year end. Do you need a mind shift? Is your mind going in the right direction? It may be. Are you full steam ahead? You may be. Is your date book booked? Are you ready? Are you going? Are you excited? Are you on it? You've got some momentum built? Then run with it. Because when you are thinking the right way, and when you've got momentum built, you make decisions out of confidence. You make decisions out of faith. You make decisions because you're thinking the right way. And you guys, I don't know how much you know about this story, but oh my gosh, today was probably one of my favorite days in reading and devotion time. And I need you to write this down. I need you to write this down because I want you to go back and read this. It's 1 Samuel chapter 17. It's the whole chapter. I know it's not like a bazillion verses, but the whole chapter. And many of you may know the story. It's the story of David and Goliath. And you may have heard of this story many years ago. You may not have any idea what I'm talking about, but there's some minor, big details in here that I picked up today that I had never picked up on before. And so here's the thing. I'm very familiar with this story. I love this story. There's so many learns in it. But today I picked up on something different that I had never noticed before. You see, there was a king at that time named Saul. And Saul was being a little bit of a mess. He was just disobedient. He was just kind of choosing his, he was kind of part-time obedient. You know what I'm saying? Selective obedience, okay? And what happened, because he wasn't thinking right at all, he made decisions out of fear And really, he made no decisions. There was no plan, no strategy. Do you realize that a king and all his army watched a giant, Goliath, 9-foot giant, torment them for 40 days? I mean, he's the dude in charge. He's the guy that should be given an action plan. He's the guy who cares what everyone else thinks. He should have gone out there and fought him. He was the king. He was the leader. He was the one that set the tone for everyone. But for 40 days, he, as the king, was like, I don't know what to do. So then, because he didn't know what to do, he had no plan, he had no strategy, he was absolutely paralyzed, totally full of fear, totally hesitant, because he wasn't thinking right. If any of those words describe us, then that means I need to have a mind shift today, right now. When there is a fear, when there is a hesitation, when there is no plan, when there is no strategy, when there is just kind of like, well, we're going to see what happens. Stop the madness now. That is not who you are. That's not who you were created to be, to think in this maybe-ish mentality. Oh, my word. And so what I love is there was this little boy named David. Now, mind you, he was in the fields with the sheep. Little boy. They ran him in there to take some food and just to check on his brothers, you know, just to sneak in and give a little report. But this little boy was no little boy here, because he was thinking as a conqueror here, because he'd killed lions and bears trying to protect his sheep. He was already prepared, total different. His faith totally trumped feelings. The fear wasn't even there. He saw this giant, and in 5 minutes made a decision he was going to take him down. Mind you, the king had allowed it to happen for 40 days because he wasn't thinking right. His mentality. We're going to see how this works out. I love when a winner, when a conqueror comes on the scene. And I just want to remind you today that that's who you are, that that's who we are, that that's who we're created to be, because that's who we were created by, was a winner and a conqueror, because we know that we were created in his image. And he was the biggest conqueror and winner that I know. And so, ladies, I want you to go back. I want you to go back and I want you to read that story. NLT versions is easy. You can read it on your phone. You know, get it in a version you can understand. I love the NLT. You can find the amplified version. It kind of breaks things down a little bit easier for you. But guys, when you're not thinking right, you see things totally in the natural. Totally in the natural and totally in feelings and totally in ugh. And that is not us. So I want to challenge you to change your mindset today. That's not on my watch. That's not on my watch. And you know, when there's been times when fear, and the crazy thing is this king, Saul, was so much in fear, he's like, whoever can get him, whoever kills him, well, you can marry my daughter. Whoever kills him, you and your entire family don't have to pay taxes for a year. What kind of limp noodle of a leader is that? Like, oh my gosh, is that crazy? Is that crazy? We're on the field. We're on the battlefield. And you've heard me say it many, many, many times before. A warrior gets their reputation on the battlefield. That's where a warrior gets their reputation, not sitting home on the couch, not sitting here thinking, what could I, should I, what are people going to think? No, you get out there on that battlefield and you run in and you take it. You take everything into consideration. You look what David did in 5 minutes. He was out on the field. That is you. That is you, my dear. You may not feel that way, but faith trumps feelings always. And I believe in you in every part of your life. Make this a reason to call your customers, to invite them to Tuesday night. They need to be around they need to have a mind shift in their world because they're dying inside. And today, if that mind shift needs to be taken by you, then take it today. I love you girls, and you make it a Masking Monday.